Well, hello, folks. Welcome back. The Homegrown Farms channel. Little Huxley, he's yawning there a little. He's had a real busy day. He went visitating around. He went shopping with us, and at some point, here pretty quick, little Mr. Huxley's gonna have a couple girlfriends come over here. So he likes eating spinach. It keeps him healthy. He likes carrots too. Look here, Mama's gonna get him a leaf. Now watch him. Look at him. He likes eating this kind of stuff, but he needs to be real healthy when he has them girlfriends come over here. So let me put him down, let him eat his spinach. He's been a good boy. He chased the bicycle this morning. Mama had to go get him with a fly swatter. He chased him down the road. Now he barks at school buses, and he barks at the trash truck. He don't like them. Hell, that's kind of how that goes. Now, if y'all remember, I'm going to start out here. Today's video is going to be about saving money. Cutting every corner you can cut. Because everything's so high. We went to the grocery store. What, honey? What did we spend today? One bag. $43. And we had one bag. I priced a brisket. I've been wanting to cook a brisket. A 10.5 pound brisket, $41.44. Now it was trimmed. I wouldn't have cared if it was trimmed or not, but anyhow, that's what it cost. But y'all know about this. I don't have to just beat a dead dog, but anyhow. Remember we had them old fire ants in here last time we did a video. Well, we put that Taro ant killer on. I mean, that thing's kind of turned. There you go. I might look like I'm upside down here in a little bit. Anyhow, we got taters coming. We'll show y'all this here in a little bit. And we're fixing to pull some fresh carrots. We want some of them tonight. But anyhow, remember them fire ants? We had mounds of them in the tubs. We had them out here in the yard and up by the porch. And usually that Taro is money in the bank. I mean, you buy that and you get rid of them. Didn't work. Didn't even slow them up. But here's what we did get. Now, you don't have to get this exact brand, but that is orange oil concentrate, okay? It has to be concentrate now, and it has to be orange oil. You can mix that up in 2 tablespoons per gallon of water. And man, it did, honey, didn't it? It knocked them out. Yeah, we hadn't seen another ant since. I mean, we'll probably see some more later, but that's okay.
They were just so thick over here.
Oh yeah, the baseboard was just crawling with them. They was all the way up here at this hip board crawling up there. It was like we was being invaded. See, here's a potato breaking through. Here's some potatoes. There's another one. Now we planted them, what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? And they got a little burnt, but they're going to come back. They'll be just fine. We're going to plant more. This just started that. But anyhow, let me get back to this saving money on stuff. So I've got my show notes over here. I like going off notes. Kind of keeps me, you know, on track. Because you do these videos, you can just get all over the place. But anyhow, so being frugal, what does that mean? Used to be we was cheap. Them old farmers, look at them. They wearing raggedy clothes. They just poor. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. Some of the best people I ever met in my life was farmers. And I'm not saying that because I grew up on a farm. But Sissy can attest to this. When we went to school, they made fun of us because we were poor. We didn't know we were poor. Heck, we looked at them and said, what's poor mean? We had plenty of food, warm bed, water, everything you needed, we had it. So we didn't consider ourselves to be poor. But anyhow, it's a whole nother story. I hope y'all can kind of sympathize with that a little bit, but that's okay. But anyhow, now being frugal, a farmer has got to wear about 85 hats on his head. You talking about, well, I go and applied for this job. I put my resume in, and I'm qualified for this job. Yeah, you are. If you got an education, you got a documentation on your, where you graduated and you went to college and you got a degree in this or whatever, okay, go apply to be a farmer. They don't have no school for that. Now, you can get agricultural degrees, yes you can. Fair enough, fair enough. Don't mean you can just go out there and stick seed in the ground and be a farmer. Okay, so we're talking today about seed storage. So this is going to come around here. I'll set these up here. This is a good way to go. Plastic bottles, they already got a seal on them. Wash them out, dry them out good. And don't worry about that little desiccant package. You know, you see that in a lot of seeds and what have you to keep it dry, powders, whatever the food manufacturers will drop. You don't need that. Just take and put about, I don't know, tear off a piece of paper towel about that big, fold it up, put your seed in about halfway, put that in, fill it up. And that towel will draw all that moisture out. Plus keep it, put up cool and dry. Now here's how frugal we are. This is a bread and butter pickle mix canister. We took and we put red Russian kale in there. Can you believe one plant made a 1/4 pound of seed? They might be almost a 1/2 pound seed there. It's pretty heavy, but that's what you can do. Keep them balls. Don't throw them away. Here's another one. We like these. Now, this is a Frappuccino Starbucks bottle. Okay, look. It's got a really good seal on it. Now you can put seeds in that and keep them dry. There wants some water. But we put it in the dishwasher. But anyhow, you're already washing dishes. You've already bought this. You've already paid for it. Guess what you can do with this? You can either put seed in it, or we can put tomato juice in it. Now see, this won't take pressure canning, so you don't want to mess with that. Don't try to pressure can it, but you can hot water bath acidic foods like tomatoes and make a puree. You can make a sauce. You can make whatever you want and put in that, and that's perfect for us. So open that up and then pour it in the spaghetti or whatever we're going to make, right? So we also keep these. This is a bigger. We used to take those health drink mixes. Well, they come in these. You can order these online, by the way. Now look here, this is collards. I don't remember how many collard plants we harvested these, but we keep a little scoop in there, and we don't have to buy those seeds. So that's just an example of what you can do. Now here, you're gonna go and you're gonna spend money on whatever kind of medical that you get it wherever. And I marked this out because I'm gonna go right here with a Sharpie and I'll put what's in this bottle. But these are seals, see? And they're pretty airtight, and these keep seeds really good. And you get, keep the aspirin bottles, whatever. And here's another one. This is giant kohlrabi. This is off of one plant also. And look down in there, I don't know if you can see it with the lighting, but that's half that container full of kohlrabi seed. And we don't have to buy that. So now I'm going to show you what I think is probably the best food storage ever. You know what I did, honey? I came out here and did not bring those cardboard tubes. So I'll have to run in there. We'll have to pause it and then run in there and I'll get them. But these are restaurant quality containers. You can get these on Amazon. See where I had that on there, spiced sugar. They're airtight. They fit really tight. That's quality container. The restaurants, and I'm not talking about Taco Bell restaurants. I'm talking about 5-star restaurants use these. And here's one we have.
You can also freeze food in here.
Oh yes.
Like beans or extra extra potatoes, or you can freeze anything in these and it'll keep them. And
right, and Sissy's what we're trying to emphasize here is stretch your meals. As high as food is, guys, this is deer chili. We had the homemade sauce and we made the deer chili. Neighbor up here gave us some ground deer meat. And this is beans. When you fix a pot of beans, That's a half a pint, I think, is what this container is. You can get these up to a quart. I think you can even get them up to gallon size. But whatever, we like doing them like this because you can put a lot of food in a little space with the smaller ones. Now, like chicken stock, turkey stock, look, you've already paid for that chicken, right? And you didn't like the price. We don't either. So when you cook that chicken, if you cook him whole or however you do it, save that stock. Yeah, because why go buy chicken stock when you've already paid for that chicken, you know?
And you already have all your seasoning and stuff in
Yeah,
there when you cook your chicken.
Right, it's got the seasoning and everything in it. That's a good point. So, pause that, honey. Let me go in there and get those little... Okay, guys, we're back. I dropped the ball on this one. Paper towel tubes. So you think, well, I don't need to plant very many seeds, honey. They already know how we do it. And like we said, you can get throwaway containers a lot of times at Walmart. Talk to their manager in their outdoor section, you know, where they handle plants and all that. And that's a little 6-pack. And if you buy plants already, you're going to save those. But here's a way to do it if you can't get them. So we're using paper towel roll, okay? This is 11, I measured 11 1/4 inches long, so divide that by 4, and that's 2.75 inches. You can get 4 of these out of this. You just take a pair of scissors, run across there, and it'll cut it. Mark it, take your measuring tape, mark it, and you can make them any length you want. You can make 3 out of it. You can make 2 out of it, whatever you want to do. So here's what you do. You take that little, once you cut them to length, and you can mark this. What you're going to see here is you're going to have to cut it almost 1/3 the way up. So you put 4 cuts in it. There's 3, there's 4. Okay. I can't hardly get a scissors to come off of my big old thumb. See, and you're going to fold that little puppy down in there. And you just fold him up and kind of put him like that at first. Now that'll hold you dirt. See how it pops out? Or you can leave him like that, but here's what I'm going to show you. So we got a little soil here, a little potting mix. So just fill him up. Just kind of pack him in there. Okay? And you're going to put your seed right there and get you this is a snack food flat. You can get beer flats, pop flats. The stores will happily give them to you, get rid of them. They're just going to throw them away. Now take them and fit those in there. So you set it down. It'll just sit there. Put your seed, fill these up as many as you want. I'd get it full. And you can plant tomatoes, you can plant anything in these to get them started.
I'm going to pause it for a second because he's got to go get Hux.
So we had to pause again. I dropped my scissors on the ground, and Mr. Huxley, he took and grabbed them, ran outside with them, and tried to chew on them. That's what he does. He's always into something. But anyhow, see, guys, just put them in there. Now, by the time your plants get up big enough to transplant into whatever you're going to put them in the ground or containers, whatever you're going to do, plant this whole thing right in, and we'll just do this, and just plant him in there, and when you pull the dirt around him, he's going to break down, the roots can come right out the sides, and that's going to work just great. So you're saving money. Look, there again, you done bought the paper towel. So now you got these tubes that you can use to plant in. So I'm trying to run through this pretty quick. I've got a bunch of stuff. Shoot, I've got 10 things on here. So we've done the stretching meals and getting more plants off your tomatoes. That's another one. We showed you guys, I'm pretty sure of that before. So when they make the suckers and the prunes, if you're going to prune them, pop that prune off or cut it, however you want to do it. Now you want to trim the leaves off and just leave the top fork of the leaves. And you can plant that in that little tube. Or you can plant it in a cup. Whatever you want to do. And that sucker will start rooting down. That's extra plant. So instead of buying more seed for more plants or buying more plants you can kick off some late ones off your prunes and your sprouts off the bottom. So if it's a hybrid, you're going to get a hybrid. If it's heirloom, you're going to get an heirloom. So you don't got to worry about it. We'll show you that in another video. So moving on. Garden tools, like rake handles, hoe handles, shovel handles. Cheap versus good. That's what I put on here. What do I mean by that? Well, you can get cheap tools, you can get good tools. Here's a garden trowel right here. This is our favorite garden trowel. See, I put electrical tape on it. Now here's your cheap. Well, this will work, but it's not going to work very long. And we'll use them. I mean, we'll use them until they break, but if you can...
But one's metal and one's plastic, so...
Well, that's what we're emphasizing here, but here's the other thing. This is going to cost you more, but if you buy it after the growing season's over, and most of the big box store stuff will run these on sale. Now, see, this has got the measurements. If you're going to plant bulbs or whatever, it's 1 through 4 inches, so you got planting depth on there, right? And this is stainless. This is never rusted. This is a good tool. See how it's contoured, it fits your hand, and it just works so much better. So, here's what I mean by vintage tools. This is one of our favorite tools right here. That's an old sharpshooter. The handle broke out. Somebody tried to put a fiberglass handle in it. I can take this thing, look at that. See, sometimes you just need a bigger shovel or bigger trowel or something. Well, this is like a bigger trowel. And it works great. We love it. I use that thing all the time. Okay, fertilizers. Now let me go back to the garden tools. So if you don't want to pay for finished handles, kind of try to group up with people that knows how to make a handle or knows where there's a little slim hickory at or whatever. Cut your own. Cut your own. Shape them, put them in that shovel or whatever you need. Hoes, rakes. Don't go out and buy those things. You can make your own. And that's what they did years ago before there's commercial made handles, right? See, our families all grew up during the Depression, so they were pretty keen on making their own stuff. So fertilizers, organic versus synthetic. Well, a lot of people have a big controversy over this. I'm not eating anything that's got synthetic fertilizer. Well, let me tell you something, you're eating it every day in some form or fashion. So if you can't get organic or you don't want to spend the money on it, you may have to just stick with synthetic. Either way, you're going to have to boost your growth and your production. I mean, we've used rabbit pellets, we use chicken poo, whatever. Worm castings work great, especially on young plants. They get a boost of nitrogen, but it's low dose. Okay, I could talk all day about fertilizers. May have to do a separate video. Soils, you can expand your existing soil. Like if we've got 2 or 3 tubs out here that's short. Here's one that's pretty short right here. Don't have a lot of soil in it. What do you do to expand it? Cocoa fiber. Cocoa fiber. You put that in that mix, we'll put it in a cement mixer, mix it, and you almost get a 2-to-1 expansion. And it holds moisture great. That's what you're after too. You want it to hold moisture. You can use leaf molds as well and compost. Well, you can use all 3. We're not opposed to any of that. That's all going to work. Water retention and filtration. You need to get, honey, can you flip that camera through that plastic and show them that tank right there by the tractor? You guys see that tank right there? Now that's a IBC tote. Now make sure you get food grade. You don't want chemicals and all that jazz in there. We got, what do we got, 5 of them? I know we got 4.
We got 5.
We got 5.
And then we got that huge one in the back.
And we got a 1,400 gallon tank in the back, fiberglass. So we retain, and we want more. We're going to get more. I don't think you can have enough water. Keep rainwater. Harvest rain, they call it harvesting. Catch rainwater. If you've already got gutters and everything, you're ahead of the game. If you got to run you know, whatever, or pump it. We pump a lot of water,
Or
too.
if you have a carport, it runs off the carport.
Yeah, we catch a lot of water just off this carport, and it's not that big. I'll have to do the math on that roof line and how much gallons you get per hour of rain. And it's predicated on how many inches, you know, comes off your roof line, of course. But you can filter this. If we have an emergency, you can actually filter your own drinking water. What if we get hacked and cyber attack and electric goes off? Well, the water company can't run without electric. Their pumps won't run. Now, they do have backups, but those are only going to run for so long. They run out of fuel, that's it. So you can filter your own water. It's fine. What people drink for centuries. Creek water, rainwater, whatever. Okay. So the last one we got, and this is pretty thrifty, and we've done this before inflation hit hard. Make one trip. If you make one trip a week, or if you don't need to, you don't need to. But if you need to make one trip a week, get everything you need in that one trip, because you don't want to have to go back and waste fuel. Make notes, put them on your phone, put a list on there, make sure you don't drop the ball. That's real good advice that I can give you. If you order off Amazon while you're at work and they drop it on your front door, great. That's another option, but you're saving gas too. Okay, that's
Or if you're elderly and you don't have nothing but a flip phone and you can't make a list, write it out.
Yeah, just write it out.
Anything you think during the week, just jog a list down, and when you go that one day a week, you'll have everything you need.
And call your neighbors. We contact our neighbors, or they contact us. Hey, I'm going uptown. You need anything? See, that's looking out for your community. And you're helping each other on the gas situation there, because they're looking, hey guys, I'm going to tell you, we're looking at $100 barrel oil again this year. $100 per barrel this summer. That's what they're forecasting. So it's not going down, and with that said, nothing else is going to go down unless we have deflation. And deflation is going to implode everything. In other words, look at all the product you go in the stores that stack to the ceiling. They got it in the back. They have it out back in the freight water boxes full of stuff. That's because they can't sell it. Something's got to give, guys, and it's gonna hit pretty hard when it does. But we're gonna get off of here, and we try to keep this video between 18, 20 minutes long, 30 at the most. So I hope you got some good information out of this. I know there's a lot more. There's a lot of good channels that put this same thing out. So we got to go catch Mr. Huxley. Thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe.